How are we doing this again?
Um,
I got the piano here.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Muted.
What kind of... Okay, just go.
Podcast. Yeah. Ooh. Podcast. Can I get some?
Thank you for joining us after the hour of abstract music.
Yes. Greetings. Hello.
Reform piano.
My name is Bobbin, and my host here. What's your name again?
I'm Hetchel.
Oh, no, you're not. You're what's his name?
Goodmold.
Yeah, there you go. Get your name right.
Goodmold. Sorry, no, I'm Hetchel Goodmold.
Hetchel Goodmold.
And welcome to episode 15.
Yeah, we just finished playing Gloom, so some of you, if anybody who's watching this podcast, like, I don't know, 5 years down the road, and you're like, who the heck are those people? Just go look up this LucasArts game called Gloom. It's a good game. But anyways, yes, welcome, 15th episode. Yay!
Woo!
Lucky number 15. We've come so far in the half a year to 3/4 of a year that we've now done the podcast. We've done 15 out of probably like 37 weeks.
This would be like, if this was an age, is this when you started the channel, or were you 14?
I think I was 15.
Oh, so this is where it really starts. This is the real cast. Okay.
Yeah, if you say so.
So we got a good amount of topics to discuss. Let's dive into our weeks. I think we'll start this out.
Why don't you go first? I always go first.
Oh, well, my week's been like kind of just okay. I've actually been playing a lot of puzzle games lately. I've been playing
I feel like
Tetris and Puyo.
I feel like you're always playing puzzle games, honestly.
Oh, well, I'm charging my DS as we speak, actually, because I have the Tetris Party and Puyo Fever. But anyway, well, besides that, I went to a graduation yesterday, as I've announced a couple times, and boy howdy, I forgot how long they are.
Yeah, awful.
I couldn't find a seat either, so
Oh, did you have to stand through the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oof.
But you know, it was good to see my boy Tim graduating, walking down the aisle, going like, "Yeah, this is it." I mean, and then wait, where am I going with this? Oh, yeah, I mean, it's standard. They play a little music. The professors talk, and then people cheer when the head is like, "Don't cheer until after I've announced everyone," and then everyone's going, "Woo!"
Yeah, they do that no matter how hard they try.
And then everyone, all 1,200 people's names got called, and then 2 hours passed, and I was like, yeah, I stood for all of that, and then I got sworn. There were so many families there, and I was like, I'm just here for a friend.
What do you mean you got sworn?
Because there's so many swarmed, like there's so many like not sworn into the allegiance.
I was like, what? What are you talking? What even?
But yeah, that was well, I can't quite say fun, but I mean, I know that my friend appreciated that I showed up, because his parents are out on a trip, and so they didn't even show up to it. So I was his family for that day.
Oh, so you were nobody else? His parents didn't show up to his graduation?
No, because they were busy. Well, they showed up to the high school one,
but not the college one.
Yeah, well, he could still get a master's, so I mean, they still got another.
Dude, let me explain something. When I got my degree, I told my mom, I'm like, I don't really want to show up. Do you want me to show up? I got this look of like death. Like, she gave me this look of, you have been gone from the house for 5 years. You will go to that graduation, and I will watch you walk across that screen or across the stage, and I will cry for happiness because my son is graduating. I'm like, okay, Mom, I'll go.
Well, on the other hand, I think they celebrated before they left, and he got a new laptop. That was pretty cool of them. And then what else? Well, because I forget why they left. I think it's because their other son has like this big concert too, and there was a conflict of interest. Well, the thing is, it's not unlike you. Like the college was pretty close. I mean, it's like a 20-minute drive from here.
Yeah.
So, and then later in the night, we hung out with our friends and we ate out. We ate out at this little Chinese restaurant. I ate a lot of what did I eat? I had, like this green onion noodle, and this fried tofu was pretty good. I liked it. And then I said, "Get out of my house," because I'm tired. And I was like, "All right, thanks for coming to my graduation." This is Speed's Friends Week. I suppose it's kind of.
So that's why there was no Speedy Sunday or Speedy Saturdays.
Well,
Sims, that's what I meant.
So I mean, the big thing with The Sims is that he needs time to work on everything. There's so much on the plate. He has to design like 6 outfits for each person with just an image, So I can see that. I think he needs to.
Apparently, The Sims has become this big production now.
Hey, well, it always kind of was. He built a mansion. What do you mean now? Go back like 6 episodes ago. Speaking of The Sims, there's our good old smelly magician bro.
Somebody just, oh man. Oh,
what happened?
Everything got covered up because of the picture. Somebody just did something. They subscribed. Oh, Rob subscribed.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the subscription, Rob. Appreciate it. And how are you doing today, bud?
And by the way, I took a picture of me and my friend at the grad, and then immediately when I uploaded it to Facebook, because that's like the only social media I have with them besides Discord, his mom immediately was like,
yeah,
go, the college name and all that. Be rule. She mommed out, and I'm not even friends with her on Facebook. She must have just been on the prowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take a good amount of time for me to graduate, but that's coming down the line.
50 million years later.
4 years probably. So I have to go get a bachelor's, and then I have to go get the medical BSN thing. Who's it?
But you're not going to be a doctor.
No.
So
it's too much work. Too much work. Besides that, my week's been kind of uneventful. I've been drawing. I posted it in your community content. I've been trying to drop a new little portrait thing. I've been working on Johnny's recently, so I'm gonna finish up that line work, color it, and then I'll start using it. Because after I saw your highlight, you'll probably talk about that too.
Yeah.
I was like, I could probably just do these pretty easily. Well, not pretty easily, because it'll take like 8 hours.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a little bit.
For the render. 16 hours for the workload. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to highlight. But let's transition to you.
I've had a week. You guys have. I want to apologize for my week once more. I feel like I've given you a couple really bad streams because of my week. I spent most of the streaming week being like, nothing's working. I don't like this. Nothing's working. I don't like this. Nothing's working. I don't like this. And this is kind of true. I bought the new capture card, which I'm pretty sure is going to stay this time. I don't think we've hammered down the problems. But I still have one more thing that I need to acquire in order for everything to be fully happy and fully working. So as soon as I grab that, we'll be good to go. What else has happened that's just been crappy?
Sorry, I just remembered something. When he got the diploma, I yelled, "That's my son!" You probably didn't hear me, but everyone around me was like, "What? You're a 21-looking-year-old dude. How do you have a son who's graduating?"
You should have put the gray hair in your hair then.
I already have gray hair. I have a lot of gray hairs, actually.
Well, then you're all good then.
Okay. I guess people believed me then.
Yeah, see, you had nothing to worry about.
All right, sorry. Go back to the sad.
So yeah, I've just had a lot of stuff going on up and down all around. Did I think this is the week I fixed my brakes. We had
now you could step on the brakes.
So basically what happened was that my car, every time I'd press the brake down, it would lock.
Oh, so you'd have to like press it again to unlock it or
Yeah,
something?
I'd have to. Well, it just wouldn't come. It wouldn't unlock itself. Like it would just stick.
So it wouldn't come up, right?
Yeah. So it was just like, all right, this is not safe to drive, but here I am driving. So.
Getting older all the time.
So we got that finally fixed. I fixed the
That's
fob for my car, so now I can unlock my car again by pressing the button instead of having to use the key like old people.
Sometimes that happens with the BMW. Sometimes that would happen.
And then oh yeah, and then I got a letter from the IRS. It was like, you didn't do this line specifically on your taxes, so now you have to resend some stuff back in and wait 6 to 8 weeks to get your tax refund, which is like not okay. But hopefully that's all been solved. On the good news, there's a new video out. Hey, it's finally
I
out.
watched the whole thing. Even the only one I probably missed was the Blaine fight. So.
Oh, that was I enjoyed that a lot. That fight was good. I guess we'll transition into that really for a little bit here, since there's not much else that I think I've done with my week other than start up Final Fantasy X, which I've been falling asleep every other session I play it. It's not because I hate the game, it's just because I've been so tired. I sit down to go play it and it's like, what's going on?
Gotta set an alarm of Titus's laugh like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're transitioning.
Yeah, that's pretty much been my week. Other than I had a big pile of chicken too today. That's my last thing. That's why I'm drinking so much water.
Is that what happened to the swans?
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that's the dark ending of Loom. So yeah, I like the video. We kind of discussed it. And the big thing is probably you want to aim for more like crazy edits here and there, right?
We'll see. It honestly, the amount of work that went into that. Well, here's the biggest thing too is that leading up to that, I wanted to try to get myself super ahead. So I'm done picking out highlights from that, Grand Theft Auto, and the Ocarina of Time randomizer. All I have to do now is just go through those and just edit those in.
Right.
So ideally how I'm trying to work this now is that each week I'll do one essentially set of streams to get through. So like this week I'm probably going to work on Tropical Freeze, but that Tropical Freeze won't go up until mid-June probably.
Mm-hmm.
So
sorry, a little side note, the Isabelle in the bottom left was drawn by our good friend Brightheart. Just citing the source here, because I meant to do that at like the start. Sorry.
But what about the people who are listening?
It's a picture of Isabelle. What else can I do? It's a good picture of Isabelle. There we go. I've solved it. Sorry, I interrupted you at a weird time of that.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's okay. So now that we've established this. So
All
yeah, anyways, we were talking about the new highlight video that I just uploaded. Yeah, so that took a lot of time to just work on. Not even so much to edit it, just literally just going through each stream and be like, that's an alright moment, that's an alright moment, that's an alright moment, that's an alright moment, and just onwards and onwards. It's a lot of work, and I really hope more people are gonna start watching those, and I'm really hoping it'll bring more like attention to the stream, I suppose, and more.
It has a good amount of views at the moment. I think it has like upwards of 20.
I think it's 30 now.
Ooh, it's growing.
I have finished.
Big drink.
I finished my whole cup of water again. the whole big green cup of water since I walked upstairs to go grab another cup.
Dang.
Dude,
That's how salty the chicken was.
I get thirsty, man. I eat when my dad makes chicken, I just like 100 pounds of it.
You just inhale. You Kirby it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Fact.
So let's talk about the highlight video itself. So, shout outs to Dolly, by the way, for making the end card. We had a little bit of a back and forth about how
More like Speed hated everything.
Come on now, it's my sister even noticed the thing too. Well, I won't mention it just for the sake of mention it, just for the sake of other people not seeing it. But I'll lightly touch that it was a margin issue I kind of had with it.
It's
but
fine.
Besides that, it looks good. I like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire kind of aesthetic it has.
I hope somebody down the road says something like that. This looks like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
It'll be me just saying, "Hey, listen."
You're just gonna go comment on that video again?
Yeah. So, but besides that, like, how do you feel about like the way you cut it up and stuff?
I really, so it's super weird. The first run through, I feel okay about it, but after watching the same stuff like 20 different times, you begin to just start like wondering, like, is this even funny? And I got really nervous when I got to the point of uploading the video because I was like, nothing's funny anymore. Should I upload it?
Yeah, I think I remember someone talking about it, though. Just upload it.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of where it got to too. It was like, because I wanted you to watch it before I uploaded it, and I was like, no, just go for it. I actually caught a mistake I made. Funny enough, when I got it all uploaded and ready to go and perfect and everything, and then I watched it and I was like, crap. Now I gotta go into the video and re-render it and edit it out again and this and that.
I think at one point I did that too. I misspelled guarantee. I forgot the U.
Oh.
And I hate that, and I had to go back. Thankfully, I spelled chaos right when I got it. Loon joke. Okay, let's.
You mean Koas?
Yeah. I think something I noticed during the video is what you highlighted. So a lot of it was you doing the noises of the Pokemon, like whoa.
I don't know. I feel like people enjoyed it when I did that. So nobody was like, please shut up, Carl.
Even though I was there for a majority of the streams, there are things I forgot, like spell it saying Clohoshes.
Yeah.
Like that was probably that was a really good highlight, and then the EV discussion we had. It was a good reminder video, and I think what it did well was summarize a lot of the parts.
Yeah.
But I think also what it should do is which I think you should aim for. This is my opinion. I think you should really push for adding more extra edits to it, because it would definitely people who already watched it would then get a new experience rather than just remembering things that happened before.
That's true
they get
too.
To see, ow, I hit my hand again. They get to see these new kind of things realized. Because sometimes you'd say, should I be playing the Titanic theme here? You could have played the Titanic theme there.
Yeah, I probably could have.
Yeah, they just little edits like that, I think, could really add together to the whole highlight.
I suppose it's gonna come down to like if I have even time to do it, you know. It's a long process just to even get the stuff cut up to begin with.
I wish you could just send it to me, and then I'll add edits, and then you'd look it over one more time, because then that would just cut out a lot of the work we were discussing last week. Though you would still have to do a lot of the like highlighting and stuff. I would be the so say you're the sketch artist. I'm the pen guy. Go over your work with pen.
I don't want to go through the streams is the thing. It's like I lived it. I don't want to relive it.
But I lived it too. I don't want to relive it. I was there for a majority of the streams. Some of them I weren't, but but yeah, I think that if you really have to, but you're like you want to add these edits, but you don't know how. For example, I was saying you should add like a radio kind of sound effect, and you didn't know how. I kind of knew how to do it though.
Yeah, see, it's stuff. It's stuff where it's like I don't have time to just like try and figure it out. It's sometimes that kind of stuff kind of just comes to me when it comes to me.
Right.
Like I'll just be thinking about it and be like, oh, how do I wonder if I do this, and then I'll be like, oh, brain blast, I got this, I know how to do it now.
Brain blast.
The stream markers, not really.
No, because they stay on the broadcast, but not the highlight.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that like if I'm going through the entire stream anyways, like I'm probably gonna pick out the clips anyways.
So something that it can help with though is for example, there's that time when you're playing it was either Halo or Kingdom Hearts, either or honestly. There's a point where you're just adjusting things, and then there's a point where you get back into the game. I marked when you were having technical issues, and then I marked when you went back into the game. So
yeah, those
I think
things
stuff
help
like that
too.
will help. Yeah, that'll help cut the cut, and cut the cut.
Where did you get a Jimmy Neutron emote?
That's scary. That's crazy. For just a moment, I've had this emote. My whole life has been leading up to this moment. But yeah, that's if you want to try that approach, we could try it. I don't know. It might just be more hassle on your end, but
yeah, well, we'll see, I guess. If I
I'm
have
down.
time, if I have time, I'll give it a go. If I don't have time, you know, then it's whatever.
All right. But so what other things would you change about this whole highlight feature, or are you okay with it?
I don't think there's really
So far.
anything that I need to just up and change. I kind of like the process. Like as much as the process was tedious, it's a really solid process to go through in order to make sure, in order to weave out like the. I don't want to
I
say.
see what you did there. Weave. I got it.
I don't want to call it garbage, but like the slow spots, I guess, of the stream, the down spots.
What about them?
Like, cause the whole entire stream is not a highlight, you know. So like,
Obviously.
so that getting rid of that and then like taking the best from the best already makes it, I think, really solid to finding good stuff.
Yeah. And you told me your technique last time where you just look for loud parts,
Yeah,
because that typically would mean something fun's happening.
yeah. That I usually find that that's the best way of doing it. Unfortunately.
Do you have any thoughts about, like, well, I guess you're setting yourself up for this tight schedule, but are there any old videos that you'd like to highlight because you think they're just worth it to
I
point
might,
back towards?
I would consider that under a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm ahead of schedule, and I need something to make it through the week, kind of thing.
Right.
And honestly, that's probably actually it. Now that I think about it,
Because my thought is, like, I'd love to highlight the Speedy Sundays, one for then, so then you don't have to do it, and two, because I don't know, I'd love to upload them to my channel, but then I think it'd be better if you just had them too. I don't know who has ownership of that whole debacle.
I think that's something we'd have to discuss at a later point.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Well, maybe you'll take him home on weekdays, and I'll take him home on weekends.
Yeah. No.
Do you use clips that people make? Sometimes, I think you said.
I used to when I just did the highlights only, like combination videos, but not for that project. That project, I literally just went through the entire stream. I was like, "This is."
It's like, sorry.
This is everything here.
I was gonna say it's likely that during his highlighting process, a lot of clips did end up as
Yeah, that was the other thing too. Like people's ideas of a clips ended up getting translated into there, probably in a more set up way, I guess. Like the clips are nice. Sometimes the clips are good, and sometimes the clips are a little messed up in a sense. Like I understand what you were trying to get, and it was correct to clip the area. It's just the clip didn't like translate well, and it sounds to me like you can only clip so much.
You can clip up to 60 seconds.
Yeah, and sometimes you need like 65. Don't tell me why. You just do.
You can highlight. I don't know if people are allowed to highlight, but they can highlight certain parts. I don't know if that's true. Because I remember I was clipping something and then it said, you could use the highlighter. So it's probably your own video because sometimes I clip my own stuff just for sharing it.
Well, I use the highlighter for making full edits and stuff. It's the easiest way to do it.
But I think that's what do you call it? That's how the clips are.
Yeah, yeah, that's how the clips roll.
That's how the clips be. So, because sometimes, most of the time, clips aren't can't have the whole context of what's going on, and I think that's the only problem with clips, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we have these points where it's like, what does he have anything else to say? I don't know. Let me be silent for a little. maybe he'll say something.
No,
yeah. I'm looking forward to the future clips.
The future clips or the highlights
videos. Highlight videos.
Well, I'm kind of excited to do Grand Theft Auto 3 because I had a lot of fun doing that one, and that one should be a little bit on the shorter side too, so I should be able to go through it pretty quickly.
My question to chat, because I was talking about this with Carl, does anyone have a problem with the thumbnail being mostly the same as the one on the VODs? Because I was just thinking if we had a different color or if we had like a logo or something, it'd be easier for like just other people to distinguish it. But the fact that there's a no number, Carl says that's the justification for not having to do it.
See, I like the just non-numbered one. The only thing I don't know about for sure is just one-off stuff. If I decided to do, because quite frankly, I think Loom you could probably pull some decent stuff out of Loom.
Yeah, it'd be like a good 10-minute video, I think.
Yeah, like 10's pushing it, but
what do you mean?
It only took us 2 hours and 15 minutes to beat that game.
But then you have longer clips, because I think with the highlight video you did, there's a lot of cuts to cuts. You know,
yeah.
It's not just there's not just long parts. You know.
I
think with Loom there could be some.
Honestly, too, I think even a 5-minute video I think would be fantastic too. You know, it was kind of intimidating a little bit to see a 39-minute video just pop up on there, so I feel like a 5-minute video would be something people would enjoy too. So
yeah, okay.
I'm stealing Loom. It's going on my channel. You're editing it though.
What? Why can't? What if we both upload it?
Oh no, not that again. Did that with before we created Boogie Carl.
But mine will have a secret in it. Mine will have secret DLC.
If you want me on your channel for stuff, then you find a day for me to show up.
What?
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Oh, you want me to stream and then that's what I get?
Yeah.
But then that never happens. You're never available. That doesn't work. Yeah, I discussed that too, Woot, by the way. Zork, sorry. The fact that I would also just say have highlights as it on the video title. Carl?
See, I was reading that. I disagreed with him only because, quite frankly, everybody, most of the chat seems to be Vinesauce people, in some degree of a sense, and for a lot of people that I talk to about how they like things is based on how Vinny does a lot of his stuff. So, like, looking at his channel, he does the same. I basically, I don't want to say I stole it because I don't really think he owns ownership of it, but I took the ideas of what he does, which is to have the full VODs and stuff, and then you have the single segment videos, which is what I'm doing right now. So I didn't really think highlights was the best way of kind of titling it. I think it made more sense to just leave it out.
But he colors his thumbnails. That's the thing.
He does. I didn't say I took every single thing from him. I gotta have variety, don't I?
You got a cool square thing border that I designed without too much thought. Looks cool. I think.
So I think it's fine.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes down the line. If people are like, I got it confused, and I was like, all right, fine. We'll put highlights. We'll put an H.
Yeah.
We'll put an H town.
But I don't think people will. And when they do,
All right,
I'll make
moving
sure
on.
they understand.
I'll make sure. Handled by top men. Hold on. Swede's Loom Vid has a post-credit scene with the red unicycle from Uniracers tying Loom. It's the, what am I? The Avengers? Is Nick Fury gonna bag Bobbin? We need you to join the Avengers. Except it's Shady Swede. Bobbin, we need to join the Avengers. What are you talking about?
What are you
like that
talking
idea,
about?
Because I was saying mine will have a secret. I feel like
Oh.
mine will be tying it into the Uniracers universe.
oh, I get
Whatever that
it.
is. I think that's all we had to say about the whole highlight, the schmangle dangle. What else we got? Where are we going now, boss?
Lead
the way.
I don't think there's much else that we needed to talk about.
All right, let's stop thanks for coming.
You know, I'm just gonna start interrupting you every 5 seconds and see how you
Hey.
like it.
Hey. Okay.
What?
that's fair enough.
So yeah, there should be
Yeah.
hopefully Grand Theft Auto. Shut up.
Okay, sorry. I apologize for interrupting. Sometimes I just I don't think. My sister doesn't like that either.
Can I talk now?
Yeah. No, I apologize. What do you want from me? You're taking the highlights already.
Yeah. So there'll be Grand Theft Auto this week, and then stuff next week, and the next, and the next week, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. But yeah, I have other projects too, but I think they're way too early in development to even really talk about. At some point we'll get Paper Mario Night rolling again as soon as I'm in a comfortable position. But for now,
Not yet.
let's I guess move on to the hot new game that was just talked about at the Nintendo Directs.
Oh, Loom.
Yeah, Loom coming to Nintendo Switch.
Loom Maker.
Loom Maker.
Make your own spells. Have your own puzzles.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
Me? Who's the sponsor this time?
Hold on.
And the award for commercial go to.
Wait, I'm not ready. Hold on.
Oh. Okay. You gotta play the music again?
Yeah, I do. Okay. I think I did Did I do the last one, or did you do the last one?
What was the last one?
I don't remember.
Let's just both do it.
Oh, okay.
Safe bet. Okay. Wait, let's try to say a word together at the same time.
Wait, no, I
Okay,
got a better idea. Hold on, here we go.
Okay.
Roll with me here. Shop, shoppers! It's time to shop with me.
It's 3 a.m.
Me and my good pal here, Stinky Weasel Teeth. Stinky, what are we selling today here, man?
Well, brother, today we're selling paper.
Paper? But I could go get paper anywhere. What makes this paper so significant?
This isn't just any paper. This has the things I wrote the spells on for Loom.
Loom? I hear that's that game coming to Switch. In fact, I hear that they're making a maker for it.
Yeah. So with this paper, you could write your own spells and then type it out in game for the Switch.
That sounds
brother.
amazing, man. I can't wait to get this paper.
How much does this paper cost?
Well, I hear it's perfectly reasonable for 3 easy installments of 3 payments of $399.99.
Well, that was the old paper. We're talking about the new paper, which was sold for the DDDE amount of money. Sorry, there's the pack of dogs not at my leg there. But we'll get right back to the commercial here. What else we got to sell, brother?
Today only, we're selling salted graham crackers. Enjoy
graham crackers.
Yeah, enjoy the taste that just keeps getting saltier and more disappointing. Salted graham crackers.
Do typical people typically eat salty chicken, then eat salted crackers?
Yeah, especially when they're graham crackers. Here
But
at
what about the water issue?
Here at what do you mean the water? Oh no, it's fine. These are anti-water perspirant. Here at Grammy Graham Salty Grams, we make very fantastic graham crackers. But you know, there's something like coffee. I could just eat one right now.
And he's just not saying that to say it. He means every single word he just said there. So I get the highlights. And how much does these saltine crackers cost you? You might be thinking $2, 3 pesos, which is actually kind of cheap. An Apple TV's worth? No, it's the low price of
$5.
You got it right. You heard it first, folks. There, money. Send it to our PO box at please don't email this podcast at gmail.com, and you too can send an email about why is Carl eating crackers at the moment. Or my brother. Sorry, not Carl. My brother. What is it? Salty Spittoon. Here.
Okay.
And we're back. You know, I was gonna mention on the during it, my sister and I bought these carrot cake flavored Oreos just because I was awfully curious. I was really curious, man. You mind if I try one and like do a review?
Oh, okay.
All right. So they got a lift tab here. I'm gonna crack these open. Ugh. They have a strong smell, let me tell you. All right. Smells like carrots. I'll tell you right now. All right, let's put this bad boy in and put it on the good old podcast flavometer.
The flavometer. Yours only for the low price of $22.55.
Do people want to hear the crunching or?
Yeah, no, we gotta get the full experience here.
Okay, here we go. I only ate half of it. Here we go.
It came through really good. Strong taste the carrot. It's not too intensive. It kind of just tastes like you know those not the chocolate Oreos, but like the other kind where it's like a white Oreo type deal, you know? Mm-hmm.
But it has a slight aftertaste of carrot cake. It's not too intensive. So on the flavometer, I'd give it a 7.
7 out of 10.
It's not crazy.
Better than expected.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It doesn't really fulfill the carrot, I think, though it smells very strong. Besides that, it'll burn your teeth.
It'll burn your teeth?
Yeah. It'll do a number.
You need some milk right now?
I have water.
Okay.
What if I dip the Oreo in the water?
I read somebody saying that you could eat cereal with just water and no milk. It's supposed to like actually enhance the taste of cereal. I've never tried it, but part of me is curious.
I don't see how that's true.
I only heard it. I've never tried it, so I I don't know.
It's not like using the same like alcohol ice cubes for like the alcohol you're putting it in or whatever, you know. I don't think it works like that, but if you're gonna try it on stream. If you have cookies to send us, send it to us on Please Don't Email This Podcast. Okay, so back to Mario Maker 2.
We hadn't even started yet. So this
So we kind of.
Oh, okay, fine. This week, the Nintendo's Direct recently released more news on the new upcoming game Super Mario Maker 2, which is to fully make the Wii U completely and totally obsolete, minus the Nintendo Land on there. But yeah, honestly, I haven't. I watched the whole video all the way through, which says a lot actually. Since
right.
I don't usually do that for a single game, but like, I was fairly impressed on what they had to offer. I didn't think I just kind of thought it was going to be a little bit of like let's just like what they kind of did with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be like, well, we're just going to add 2 things and charge people $60, but there was it justifies the price. They really nailed it, I think. The biggest thing that really caught my eye was the multiplayer aspect, which
Yes.
I thought was really dumb that they didn't put that into the first one. But I guess they're still learning in a sense, so I can't really just fault them. But yeah, I thought everything I saw was just great. The new designs, all the new items and stuff, how they kind of cleaned it up more so and made it more appealing and easier to build stuff. It's a really good idea that they also made it 2-player accessible to build stuff with too.
Yeah.
Even though I think most people are just going to use tablet mode to build things because it's probably going to be the easiest way to do it.
I'm assuming you'd use the Joy-Cons to aim at the screen, kinda.
Yeah.
It'll be a little more of a hassle, but
it'd be nice if you get mouse support for that too. That'd make that really, really handy.
mouse aiming too.
Yeah.
Splatoon. Let's just add a bunch of accessories.
Basically, just make it Mario Paint Maker.
Yeah, bring back the SNES mouse.
They
cool.
would probably sell that too.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, I'd probably buy one.
Yeah, you basically pointed out the thing, because I talked about this when Brightheart and I were just kind of putzing around waiting for the super boss to show up. The multiplayer is really what sells me. I see the big potential for it because they also have like this cooperative mode, and then they have a competitive mode to it too. It has online support, I think, and that's just something I really want to see. Like, it could be like Little Big Planet, but with Mario Maker.
Little Big Planet at that point now, but probably gonna feel better to play. Little Big Planet, for as much as I like the game, it was very. I want to say it was kind of clunky in a sense.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of just like laggy kind of movement and stuff, and I was like, and don't get me wrong, like I thoroughly enjoyed. I played so much Little Big Planet back in the day, but
I don't want to go too off topic, but you know that they made a new game, right?
What, Little Big Planet 4?
No, Dreams.
No, I didn't.
It's a PS4 game where you can create a bunch of content. You can basically sculpt with a 3D model tool and create your own like worlds. I've seen Vinny play it. That's how I caught wind of it, and some of my friends like were playing around with it too. But like, you could recreate Kakariko Village, for example. I've seen that. You could go have a first-person mode where you can have like a horror game.
They
like,
were doing that kind of stuff in 3, I remember,
But Dreams, I think, is the big step. The only problem is that the PS4 can't handle the size of some of the levels, so that's the only downside. But I'd say look into Dreams if you can. I'd really like to pick it up for myself if I can.
Oh, it's in early
Um,
access. That's why I never heard of it.
Yeah, but I think you'd still. I thought you could just pick it up on via PS4. I haven't really heard of
Man,
it.
I'd have to
too
look
well.
into it.
Yeah. I've only heard the hearsay about it. But besides that, back to Mario Maker 2. I'm really liking a lot of these new mechanics they had. Brightheart in particular noted, and I agree too. The moon aspect is really cool because it
Oh
could,
yeah, that was
add a
amazing.
new twist. Add a new twist to each level. I don't know how it quite works yet. I don't understand if it works like you could just do it on any level, or if that's just you set it on that level and it has that feature. I think
Yeah,
that's how it works, the
there was
latter.
like some weird explanation of like, is this you have to unlock it or something like that, which I thought was kind of just dumb in a sense. And
I mean, they to get further in, they added a story mode.
yeah, which I'm glad they finally did that because it was kind of weird when I saw the story mode being added into that. I was like, so we're probably never gonna see a 2D Mario game for like years to come now because of this. And I thought about it. I'm like, am I okay with that? And I guess yes.
I mean, the recent one they did was it Deluxe, New Super Mario Brothers Deluxe.
And I mean, that's just a remake of the original New Super Mario Brothers U.
They added Toadette though. I mean,
Okay, get out of here.
no,
That didn't necessitate $60 for that game. Okay.
I know. I don't have it.
But I mean, more to the point that like nobody liked you. Nobody liked.
Sorry.
Two.
Okay, fine. I'll just go. Oh, okay.
The joke's old. Stop. People only really liked Wii and original, and then like after that, everybody was like, "This has been overdone. I'm bored with it." And like I enjoyed 2 and U. I mean, I thought we oh God, it's so hard to.
Wii U 2.
Yeah, it's so hard to distinguish between them. But yeah, I thought Wii was definitely the best one, I think, out of the bunch. But I could definitely appreciate U and 2's just kind of more levels, more game, new game, more levels kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely kind of something that's just like it's the kind of nice casual that I can just throw it in and be like, all right, this will be fun regardless of if I try or not.
If someone was given a choice between, Super Mario 3D World and the Wii U thing, I would definitely just say get the world though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that I don't know. That just kind of glazed over my head.
My bad.
Yeah, no, I definitely go with just telling them to get 3D World over New Super Mario Bros. U. The only reason I ended up getting New Super Mario Bros. U was they had the double disc for New Super Mario Bros. U and Luigi U.
Right.
And that was a physical copy of that disc, so I grabbed that, knowing that that was probably the best way of acquiring a Wii U at the time. So, Luigi U was dumb. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm sorry.
It what? Well, okay. So, has anybody actually played Luigi U?
No, it just the phrasing was like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't like Luigi.
No, it had nothing to do with Luigi. It's just the game was.
It's just that you said Luigi was dumb.
So basically, Luigi U was this game where they took away Mario. You couldn't play as Mario.
It was just you and Nabbit, or Luigi and Nabbit, right?
Well, no, you still got what were their name? Buckenberry and Ala Gold. I think that's the
What'd you call me?
the unofficial names for the Toads.
Oh.
So, like, they all Luigi U was just New Super Mario Brothers U, but you had to beat every level in 100 seconds as Luigi.
I didn't know that.
That was the entirety of the game.
If it was like how much was it on like retail?
I think it's retailed $40.
Yeah.
It should have just been some DLC thing. It was the dumbest.
I missed out on that.
Like, the only reason people would buy that was for the collector's want of having the green case Luigi U. Like I didn't understand what they were even trying. Why? It was what kind of after I played it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they are official names. See, I was told that they were unofficial names.
They are, or is he pulling like a? It's not whatever the original name was. It's Dicey.
No,
Tumble's the real name.
No, it's Dicey. What are you talking about?
Hingadingadurgan.
So, but anyways, getting back to what I was trying to go on about, I'm just afraid that Mario Maker is just taking over all 2D Mario aspects from here on out, because you can just keep adding stuff to Maker mode, and you can just throw in a story mode, and you kind of have like the best of everything, which I feel like is just how it gonna go. Which is fine, I guess. The more you think about it, it's like, it's the best of everything. Why am I complaining about this? But at the same time, it's like, we're never going to get a new Super Mario Brothers Switch Ultimate Deluxe Edition.
Yeah, basically it's
Luigi
Mario
U.
Maker Ultimate. It's
Yeah,
Mario
pretty
Maker
much.
Ultimate. Everyone's in Mario Maker. The Ice Climber Kirby was mentioning it. I'm pretty sure they'll still have it, but she was mentioning the fact that they didn't really talk about the amiibo support. I feel like they just didn't want to focus on it, but
I'm not even sure how I wouldn't care, since I only have 7 readily available amiibo.
Well, then how are you gonna play as Waluigi?
Unlocking him.
Well, I think that there's amiibo support, but since it's a 15-minute thing, they didn't really want to get into it. And
Yeah,
I feel like they kind of know the whole reception amiibo is gonna have as like DLC.
Yeah, I don't think they really didn't even need to talk about it unless it enhanced something significantly more into the game.
Yeah,
Like
it just skins,
Yeah.
honestly. And the thing, I think what they would have done if they were to add amiibos, I think it would have to extend past Super Mario 1, because that's the only one you could use them in.
Yeah, okay. I remember. I forgot about that actually. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
That'd be a lot
But
of spriting, but
it
you
would
know,
be a
they can do
lot.
it.
But
Oh, and I don't think they'd put it in the 3D ones either, because that's also a little intensive.
maybe just adding it to Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario World and maybe Mario 3 would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Just kind of slowly add it as they go or something like that. I don't know.
Because having the model a 3D. Well, I don't know. Does New Super Mario, do they actually use 3D? They do, right?
For 3D World.
For that. No. What I'm trying to say is, do they use 3D models, or do they use 2D sprites that are edited to look 3D or something?
I would imagine there's probably some vagueness of a 3D model, especially if they have to go with layers. Then that's technically 3D in a sense, I guess.
It's probably just 3D. But anyway, back to the main point. They'd have to. Yeah, I wouldn't see them doing the other modes.
Yeah, maybe
with
just
that
the
in mind.
2D specific ones would probably make more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Paper Mario mode. Super Paper Mario mode. Everyone's going ham about that. The fact that it said... Sorry? Am I roboting?
Woot is wrong, and I was right.
Oh, it's not an official name?
Correct. So, yeah!
It's officially unofficial?
Ooh!
Yeah!
Ooh!
What was I going to say? Oh, shoot. I completely forgot. Where were we? Help.
We were talking about amiibos.
Oh, I know. It's the things for 3D World where it's under says game styles or extra game styles, plural. So everyone's like, what other modes can they add? And I don't know. I see Odyssey kind of being a thing where you have to use Cappy.
That would be a pretty decent idea. I thought it was kind of weird seeing 3D World as a new engine, I guess would be a technical term to use.
Yeah.
It's
not really. Doesn't look too different from
from New Super.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too, but I can understand what they were kind of going with there.
Because it has its own like different scheme to designs. So
yeah, And I was really hoping that they were gonna add like a Super Mario 64 kind of look. I think that would make a really cool design choice too.
Yeah.
But I did not see that, unfortunately. So, boo Nintendo, boo.
Oh, graphical style. Yeah, I mean that's what we're trying to.
Paper Mario would be cool too. That'd be an interesting. I'd enjoy that.
I can't think of what else.
Can I off topic completely?
No. Okay.
My Skype is ringing. I have to go get a call.
All right. Ding, 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 ding.
No,
This is a commercial.
No. So when you get to so we're listening to the Final Fantasy IX soundtrack now. When you get to the overworld, it literally sounds like the Skype ringtone for a second because it just goes. You remember that boop 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 boop. Yeah, it sounds kind of like that.
I'll have to hear it.
You have to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so boo Nintendo, they should have Mario 64. Anyways, you were saying, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm trying to
But yeah.
I'm trying for the life of me to figure out what power-ups they added into the game.
So
or not
for,
power-ups,
like,
just new like little things.
I think they wanted to just give a general overview. I think they'll have to kind of
Yeah.
scoop in there for it, a little shaky shake, a little secret egg.
I was super happy when they added snake blocks and wall o bullet and bonsai bills.
Oh,
those two things made me happy. Slopes, okay. I know it's super exciting to have slopes. Don't get me wrong. It's a great addition. It's just the least of my concerns out of everything.
it's gonna
else.
add a lot of stuff though. So like,
I know it is.
As in like puzzle maps. I'm pretty sure people are gonna finagle with slopes real bad.
I just hear so many. It's just a meme now, essentially. You guys, the memers ruined it. Congratulations, guys.
I think the only thing is I don't like snake levels.
Dude, I love snake levels.
You don't like snakes, but
I hate snakes, but I love snake levels.
And you love Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
You love everything snake-like, but not snake.
See, I'm gonna be Snake Man. It's like Batman.
And then whenever you shoot the snake bullet, you're like, ugh!
Yeah.
It's like if I was Dog Man or something.
Just snake comes out of my gun. I'm like, oh god, gotta get that away from me. It's like the snake.
Man just feels bad.
It's like the snake gun from Stick Fight. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's a lot of new potential like levels. I think the one that actually sold me was the on-off switch because it seems like you link that to a lot of things.
I was really excited to see that too. That's it. I was just really excited to see that.
And I'm probably gonna mess around with the scrollers. If I get it, I'll probably stream it. What about you?
I don't. I'd like.
What if we could do it for Speedy Sundays because it has co-op.
When is it coming out? I guess.
July. I don't remember. Tomorrow.
It's not coming out tomorrow.
Yesterday.
It does. It depends if I can afford it.
Late June 28th. Well, start donating to the Carl101 show at twitch.tv.
The good news is
/
the good news is I won't need to purchase Animal Crossing anytime soon. Since
I'm excited about that game too. Obviously, I'd love to see, because I'd love to stream that too. Those are I'd put that on a topic. Games that are coming out that you'd love to stream. That'd be a good topic.
Yeah, well, see, I don't know if I talked about this with a couple other people. I don't know if streaming Animal Crossing would be a good idea only because I feel like everybody's going to be doing it. So it's like
not Nov, so we have a viewer. Because I think he said he didn't play any of the Animal Crossings and haven't seen the appeal, or was that? Or am I confusing that with Kingdom Hearts? I might be.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be probably more of like a fun thing to stream it once in a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
a random Sweetie Sunday. It's like, hey, you visit my town, and I'll visit yours.
So.
So,
Huh?
so we a topic we kind of wanted to discuss here was like custom maker games. Like what games would be fun with makers of them?
So I was thinking probably not the 3D Zeldas, but all the 2D Zeldas.
Yeah, that would be.
So
I don't know if that's already a thing. I know Mega Maker is the thing. I don't know about Zelda yet.
Well, this
Get
would have
on
to
it.
be official stuff. I'm assuming we're talking about officially made games, not like fan made stuff.
Yeah.
So
I suppose you're right.
So yeah, I think definitely Zelda could definitely be done. Like you have dungeons that you have to go through. I think
Make-
I think it'd be really fun with like Zelda 1 because the overworld on Zelda 1 kind of sucks.
Right.
Zelda Link to the Past. I like going around the overworld more in that game than I did going in dungeons. So I think it'd be kind of a little disappointing in a sense, but at the same time, I feel like it still can be done with making different dungeons and whatnot.
Zelda Maker would be very intensive though, because do you make a whole world and a whole scenario,
But that's
or
the
do you
thing,
make
like,
just a dungeon?
I think
you know?
making a dungeon would probably be the most. Well, actually, you could probably play around with it too, because you could probably make like you kind of just make it however you want. You can make it like a hybrid dungeon, or you can make it just overworld only kind of thing.
Right.
I don't know. I just think it could be done though.
It could be done. I guess the thing is like, unlike Mario Maker, which is succinct because it's just a level, that is a little more like, okay, you can't just go through all these fun levels. I think you'll have more of that sense of, oh, I've seen this before. It's type deal with a Zelda level. I feel.
Yeah.
And I guess because I was also gonna say something similar. I was gonna say Metal Gear Solid 1, or just not 1, but like. Or just that in
so
general.
like a VR training maker essentially.
Yeah.
I could see that being fun. I'd play that.
I think the VR training that's what I was thinking too. That would probably be more succinct and more.
You can make
of a
levels
short
where you have
experience.
to where all you have to do is fight 25 rays.
Oh, speaking of, that was also a cool feature. The fact that you could add goals for objectives for people to beat your level. with.
Yeah.
So like that could be like in Metal Gear, you're banana only, and you have to hold up all 5, because I think you had to do that in Metal Gear Solid 3. I don't remember, but that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty cool. Speaking of cool, I do think Mega Maker is a pretty solid, and it keeps growing too.
For Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that being that seems pretty easy enough to do. Even with like Mega Man X versus Mega Man Standard,
Right.
like both games are pretty easily manipulative to build levels on their own.
And I think that the Mega Maker currently has that ability where you could switch between X and base.
The only thing I would say, the issue I feel like with a Mega Man Maker would be, I feel like bosses in that game were a little more. How would I say it? Like it's more unique in a sense to get to the end of a level and fight a unique boss versus like
When you've already fought.
yeah, like in Mario, I feel like you just fight the same boss over and over again that nobody really cared anymore. But like getting to the end of a level and fighting the new unique boss to the unique game. Like every game, I don't think there's a boss that's been repeated other than Wily, right?
I don't know.
Maybe in
gameplay
X-
wise, I feel like they're a little similar bosses from bosses.
Like maybe in X, but I don't really feel like in regular Mega Man.
Well, I guess the thing is like you could have one boss and you have another, and then it's kind of like I think you'd have 2 bosses going at the same time too, which is not a thing you'd really have to deal with.
That seems.
But I guess that's kind of an interesting way to spin it.
that'd be very difficult.
Yeah, that's the point.
Every Mega Man 3 boss showed up in Mega Man 4. That's lame.
I don't really remember past 3. And then before 10, because I picked up 10. No, I picked up 9. My bad. Wait, which one's the one in Slash Man? Because I just realized that that's a little stupid to ask because I'm Speed Slasher. But there's a Sword Man and he has a really cool like triple, you know. Slash Man is 7. Wait, hold on. Give me a moment. Which one was on the Wii? Sword Man. I gotta type in Mega Man. Sword Man. Help me out here. He's like in a desert kind of thing. No, it's not. Not that one. Shoot.
I still gotta play a Mega Man game sometime in my life and actually beat it.
What would be the easiest to recommend?
Everybody says 2. Everybody says 2.
Yeah.
Everybody says 2.
There are some weirdos who are like, yeah, 3 is the better.
I didn't say 2 is the best one. I just said 2 is like the easiest one that everybody seems to say that you should start playing that one. And that 1 is ridiculously hard.
I'm just searching real quick, sorry. Which boss has the boss I'm talking about? Because I should be able to... is it? I think it's this one. Blade Man. There we go. It's Blade Man. Blade Man.
Blade Man?
Blade Man. Yeah, TFP found it before I even found it. Blade Man. Okay.
See, I'm kind of struggling on like what kind of makers would even really be good because you can't really. It's really difficult to make a maker out of a 3D game. I feel it just seems like there's too many elements for people casual people who aren't really like super into edit or programming and all that stuff to really care about. So
Dreams is kind of doing that though because you know it's instead of 2D, kind of like how Little Big Planet is, it's full on 3D. Like you're in a 3D environment. So I guess it could be done. It just it's not ease of access like Mario Maker is.
But like
I was thinking Kirby, but Kirby would not quite be. I don't really think the level design is the big feature about Kirby.
I feel like the power-ups are more so apparent for a Kirby game.
And there's not really any puzzles. Well, there are kinda with like you gotta get a certain chest. You gotta do a certain thing with a hammer or something.
Well, Kirby is a weird platform in itself because I feel like there's very rare instances where I just fall down a hole. So, I feel like platformer isn't the correct term for a Kirby at all. I feel like there's a better definition for it.
It's a jumpy, slurpy.
Like most Kirby games, I feel like there's not really much even skill that just goes into it. I feel like Kirby's a little OP. I'm okay with that, honestly. But
kind of like the bosses are really the main feature.
Yeah, I don't know. Kirby's just kind of always been this casual game that like I throw it in and it's like, all right, I'm gonna blast through this in a undisclosed amount of time, and it'll be just a nice casual game where that's why I always struggle every time I stream Kirby because it's like they're fun, but there's never a lot to talk about.
I think there's a lot to talk about. It's just that it's relaxing. Right?
Yeah, it's super relaxing and it's just super like hardly anything like super exciting I think ever happens in a sense.
I think Pokemon would be a good idea. Lime Green is bringing it up. It's definitely one of the more intensive ones, kind of like how we were talking about with Zelda. But I mean, managing like what shows up in here, it's kind of like having your own Pokehack.
Hack and that's where I kind of fall into like it wouldn't make for a good maker game in a sense because like you make a gym kind of.
You have some puzzles here and there.
Yeah. It's kind of like I could see some ideas, but it wouldn't be good on a full kind of. It wouldn't like I'm trying to think of stuff that would compare to the current Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2, or even Little Big Planet in a sense. And I just don't see that really being able to have enough content to easily put together a game, put together a level in a sense, and
I guess with that regard, let's just point at the like popular games and then see why it wouldn't work or why it would work. Like for example, Sonic.
Sonic, I think would work.
Sonic could work. It just the level design is quite crazy with Sonic because there's so
Yeah.
many different routes you could take.
Sonic's a little
So
fast.
to make a linear kind of Sonic level feels a little weird to do, considering that
Well,
Sonic's all about like taking different paths to get faster and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, the issue I've always presented with Sonic is that Sonic just moves too fast. He's always just
Yeah.
moved way the heck too fast. I mean, there's
That's the
time-
problem with one.
and
I
it's
think.
I feel like it's the problem with all three of them, honestly. Like, I mean,
The fact that they have like this particular, you have these kind of like not pixel perfect at all, but like you have these careful platforming where you have to slow down. Feels counterintuitive to the Sonic kind of. This is a post on Miiverse where it's like, why did they put a bumper here? I hate it. And then someone commented, it's level design. And then the guy responded angrily, if I stood outside your house with a baseball bat and beat you up every time you went outside, is that level design? And the guy shut up.
He's not wrong. I mean, like, it's just I don't know. He moves too fast, and the level expands too greatly too quickly. I think.
Yeah.
Like
the whole point of their obstacles are you have to start going slow. But every time you do that, you don't feel good about playing Sonic too well.
Yeah, and I've always felt like Sonic has a really like there's super slow Sonic, which doesn't move nearly fast enough, and then there's like, all right, I'm moving way too fast Sonic. There's like no happy medium.
With the aspect of 3D though, I feel like the one that would make the most sense is kind of Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2. Because they are pretty linear. There are some secrets here and there, but for the most part, it's just I think the reason why people like it so much is that it's probably the game where you maintain the most speed, but kind of also have the most control over him. Debatably.
Unfortunately, I'd have to agree with that. I think.
Really?
As weird as that is, I see what you're getting at there. But again, the problem with that is that you have a 3D maker and established for it. I still firmly think that it'd just be too difficult for people to make good level. There's one really good example of it's not even technically a maker, but it's a 3D maker in a sense.
Right.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
I was gonna see that.
I feel like it's the only good example that I can really just pick out of thin air. That's like, this is probably the best way to do it out of anything else out there.
I was legit going to say Thug 2 because I was I made a couple of
Thug Pro or any of those games. Like
I made because they don't give you a lot of tools, but I mean you can still make some maps here and there. But the thing is it is limited in a sense to what you can like have and what you can't have. You can't really manipulate the environment because it's all squares and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's how if you made a Sonic Adventure maker, that it would be squares. It would be a grid with platforms and stuff.
Yeah. So Metroid, I feel like you could do it. It'd just be small dungeons essentially.
It'd be long to make, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the nice thing too is that you could kind of like give Samus like already predetermined stuff. So like if you want her to have Ice Beam or a pile of missiles or something to make it through the level, I think you could actually make it work out pretty decently. And like all the level could be is either just getting to the boss and beating it, or retrieving the item, or like even retrieving the upgrade and getting all the way back would be a decent way to do it too.
I mentioned that a long time ago when Zork's saying the Pikmin maker. I think there's a lot of potential for that one. The only thing is, as we discussed before, 3D environment, but there's so much like manipulation you can do because it is kind of puzzle oriented and action oriented that you can really develop your own kind of dungeon here. It's a lot easier.
And those challenge mode levels
succinct.
are actually laid out pretty decently to kind of build something. I just feel like it's again, the only thing that would be just restraining is the 3D aspects of it. Other than that, like, there's no reason why you couldn't do something like that. I think it'd be a pretty decent way, or pretty decent. The only thing with Pikmin Maker is that, like, there's a lot of content in Pikmin, but, like, I feel like there just isn't. There's a lot. How do I explain it? I don't know. I just feel like
I see where you're going because there's But I still think there's a potential with how you could order like where you get like because I'm imagining this is the dungeons only, right, in Pikmin 2.
Yeah.
You could manipulate where like certain Pikmin are like at. You have to have all these flowers everywhere and stuff. So I think you can still kind of manipulate a dungeon to have good like you gotta manage how many Pikmin you have and stuff like that. You can have some really like close kind of clutch kind of levels with I think depending on how the designer would offer you tools and stuff.
Yeah.
But Pikmin I think is still a good one. It just that it's a little of the weirder ones, I guess.
More things need to, I think, come from Pikmin first before they can consider that.
Right.
So Mario Party Maker, I think Speed can attest this the best. Although the map maker system is pretty decent to make maps on, and it's pretty simple to really get it going. The biggest problem is that in order to make cool things out of it, there's a lot of programming that has to be done with that kind of stuff, and
Right.
like the uniqueness, I feel like just isn't there.
Now that I think about it though, with the whole 3D aspect that we're kind of like hinging some of our like counterpoints to, Project Roller Coaster and stuff like that exists,
Yeah,
and
people do spend the time.
yeah, I think if you give someone a tool, they'll spend the time and then they'll learn it.
Well, I guess
It's just not as easy of access, but still,
I have
it's not
no
first shot.
no doubt that it's impossible for any of these things to definitely become makers. It's just the issue at hand is that like creating a game like Mario Maker versus just modding your own thing together. Like those people that can put all that stuff together are probably well beyond the needing of a Nintendo approved game to create what they need. I mean, you think about all those decent or solid hacks, I should say, from Super Mario World. I mean, those were all
Yeah.
done by. I mean, a lot of those were probably done in Lunar Magic, but
The Cthulhu one, man, that's good.
But I mean, a lot. Even with Lunar Magic, there was so much still to do with programming and all that kind of stuff.
The big thing is, with the makers, you can't quite get a whole grasp on how you manipulate your environment like you can with Lunar because you can import sprites and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But people have still made like their own kind of world with Mario Maker. I think the reason why we can't find a thing that is like, oh, that's just as easy, is that Mario is a tried and true game, and it's hard to beat that formula. It's been around for so long, and so many people are familiar with it that it's hard to find a game that's also reaches that level of familiarity.
Yeah.
think. I mean, if anyone else can think of like some cool games, let us know. Shoot us an email or something. We can, but I think for the most part, it's pretty difficult to think of a game that's like boom.
Donkey Kong Country Maker would actually not be that bad of an idea, all things considered.
Oh yeah, by far.
That has the potential to be enough of a decent game to really kind of throw it out there. All just a barrel. You could make a whole ridiculous level from just barrel shooting and stuff.
I think the main thing to focus on is it has to be a platformer is probably the best.
Yeah, it seems to
way
work
to
out
approach this.
the best that most people can kind of pick it up and be like, all right, I can make a decent level out of this.
Just
Not Earthbound. Maker.
Earthbound Maker, no.
No,
Well,
no, no.
I mean, you can still create your own. People have made their own custom scenarios, but that doesn't really stray away from. I feel like custom RPGs, like, I guess they're fun in a sense. I know there's a great Fire Emblem one in the works, but I mean, I also see that it's also kind of limiting. Because besides replacing sprites, no, I guess you could manipulate a lot of stuff, but I think that's intensive too. You might as well just get RPG Maker.
Yeah, really. Mario Kart Maker. I don't see why that couldn't be that big of an issue, but I feel
Trackmania.
I feel like it's just a track editor in a sense.
Trackmania. Make your own.
Yeah, pretty much.
Trackmania is probably the best like racing game maker, because well, also Trials Fusion. That's fun. That's the game. Who's it with the motorcycle? Hoobity hoop. Oh, Mod Nation Racers. I totally forgot that game existed. Was that made by the people who did Little Big Planet? I'm not certain.
That was a Little Big Planet cart.
I don't remember.
Actually, I feel like I have that game and never tossed it in to play it.
Well, now you have a new thing to stream.
I'd actually have to look to see if I do have it. I'm pretty sure I have it. Just
I'll
sitting
check
there.
your backlog, boss. I got it. All right.
That's my job.
So I think that's all the games I could think of. Do you have anything else?
Not anything off the top of my head. I'm trying to go through the other consoles to see if there's anything like decent. So like going through PlayStation, PlayStation and Xbox, I feel really weren't like 2D platformer intensive. Like when I think of PlayStation, I think of it like Spyro or Crash Bandicoot, which again, because of the massive 3D environments that they both present, it'd be too difficult to really just throw together some sort of a maker game in a sense.
Yeah, I guess the focus is the accessibility over time is probably what makes Mario Maker so great.
Right. So
Yeah, I can't think of any other games just off the top of my head. Oh, well, we can come back to this if another Maker comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just nothing else out there that I feel like would be. I mean, like I'm thinking of other games too, like VVVVVV, which already has a Maker in it in itself, so there's no point.
Right.
Castlevania Maker might not be a bad choice either.
Oh, definitely if they do the Aria of Sorrow. Wait, is that the right game? The GBA one that everyone loves with Soma, my boy Soma. That one.
Yeah.
that one is probably a good one. Symphony of the Night type like that.
Yeah,
Be fun.
Ninja Gaiden Maker would be decent too, I think. Simple enough games where they could be done.
Animal Crossing Maker's Happy Home Designer. It is. It really is. I hope that. Oh wait, well we don't want to get back too into the Animal Crossing debate or discussion, but I'd love to see them kind of go further with what Happy Home Designer added.
You know what I would really enjoy to see is a Lost Vikings Maker. I think that'd be a really solid thing, but nobody knows what the Lost Vikings is to this day, so.
I mean, Tom and I had a great time.
We're still waiting on that.
I'm talking about when we streamed it together, though. That was problematic.
No, that was a disaster. Tom and
undocumented.
Steve play Lost Vikings.
Lost Vikings Maker. Yeah, I could see that because it's a puzzle-oriented thing.
Tom,
I also think puzzle kind of games make good makers.
Yeah, Lost Vikings is from my intro.
I just don't know what would not be a good maker.
Not today's intro though, but yeah.
I think bad makers would be kind of RPGs to a degree. Well, RPG Maker is a thing, but it's like a RPG Maker based off of a game, like Breath of Fire or something random.
Right.
Like, I can't see the potential in that too well, because I know you can just manipulate items and where you get them, but besides that, you're kind of just playing an RPG again without anything too interesting. I think what makes RPG Makers fun is that you can inject your own sprites and stuff, and Makers at the moment, like Mario Maker, does not have that kind of feature. Yeah, I think we've talked enough about Makers.
Yeah, I can't think of any other games. I think it's starting to become a dying subject here for the night.
All right, I got 2 emails. Are we gonna?
Yeah, I think we're at that point where we can do that. We're coming up on the
All
2
right.
hour mark, I think.
So if you want to send an email, Carl, to the Please Don't Watch This podcast, where can you send it to?
Please don't email this podcast at gmail.com.
Again, that is please don't email this podcast at gmail.com.
Yay.
And your email may sound just like this one. Is this a real email address? Also, let Dolly out of timeout. Sincerely, Anonymous.
Yeah. And no.
This is a real email address. I am receiving the email. Thank you, Anonymous, for your email.
Crap for yours, Carl101.
Carl will go over the tapes, you know, the receipts, and he'll see if you're viable, if Dolly is viable for a breakout of the timeout.
She's just gotta write her 1-paragraph essay. I mean, it's not that difficult to write, and I don't get why it's so difficult.
Okay, and here we got another one. Meta email styles. Hi, Carlsbad Caverns and the Speed. You guys started checking emails on your own show, but out of curiosity, what would be the topic of an email you would ask Strongbad? Derivatively yours, Zorks Wootman Chesterson.
What would be an email that I would ask Strongbad?
Yeah, I guess I had that thought too when I was younger. I was like, oh man, if I could write Strongbad something, what would I write? And it is a hard thing because what I would think of is what would be an interesting thing for him to like have an episode on.
I don't think he's ever done TV show stuff, has he? Like full episodes of like TV cartoons.
In what sense?
Well, like he did the video game episode where he introduced, there's the
Stinko Man and stuff.
I gotta remember the names of the of those games. But like what I'm saying is that
Rhino Feeder.
Yeah, Rhino Feeder. I don't think he did one kind of based off of like what kind of TV shows would Strongbad have.
Yeah, they kind of touch upon that, like.
But like there wasn't an actual like full episode. I thought
that would be good. Well, hold on. There was one where it's like, what would you do if you're on TV? Oh yeah, there is one kind of. He was basically complaining that he wouldn't work on TV because it's like, oh yeah, extending these 5-minute bits to a whole like episode segment would not work out. And then I think that was mainly asked on the why don't you have your own theme song thing.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he kind of touched upon it, I think. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult question in that you have to think about what would be an interesting topic and would he pick it? And I guess that's the hard part about this whole like kind of concept. I never really racked one out. Like what would you do, Zorks? By the way, because Zorks Manchesterson sent the email.
Okay, so just to finalize the names, it is the game Secret Collect, Strongbad Zone, Rhino Feeder, and Thy Dungeon Man that were created from that email alone.
Did you look on the wiki or did you boot up the website?
No, I looked on the wiki.
Okay. I guess I would ask. Man, it is kind of hard. Just off the bat too. I would say.
I feel like a lot of his emails would. Like, I feel like the reason why they kind of got away from doing emails is because a lot of them started to blend and becoming the same thing again.
Right.
So.
I like the latest one where they look into senior card gauge. So I think maybe character-centric ones is probably the way to go, if you ask one.
I don't know.
Maybe I'd ask.
I don't know. I guess you could extend on some of them, like Strongbad RPG. Like, I don't know. Turn-based Strongbad RPG.
So are you asking if you want a maker of the RPG of Strongbad?
No. It's just, I don't know. It's a difficult question. Deleted.
Deleted. So I think that sometimes we'll get how we'll approach emails is sometimes they're just a topic that we might not be able to do, but I'll throw it out there anyway. At least we kind of discussed the direction in which we ask an email.
Yeah.
I was going somewhere. Oh, but if we get more emails, I'll definitely kind of curate them for and then we'll see like which ones work and then which ones don't. And we'll just kind of go over them.
Basically, like Strongbad emails.
Yeah. But I see the potential of this being kind of a fun thing for people. I mean, Zorks kind of had fun sending us the thing twice. I But besides that, those are the two emails.
All right, that's been our email segment. Join us next week as we begin the actual snail mail segment.
Oh, I guess I would ask. What kind of, if you had to have a website, what kind of, because his is under Homestar Runner, right? What kind of website would he have?
For Strongbad or?
Yeah, for Strongbad. Because he doesn't have like his own website, right? Besides the Piz, I suppose.
Well, no, I feel like it'd be like Strongbad's cool internet place for amazing people.
Yeah, he basically go over what's like on it. That's how I'd see the email going. It's like, oh yeah, I'd have those cool fire gifs, something like that.
Yeah.
That's my answer. There. What kind of website would you have to represent Strongbad or whatever?
Right.
Use it. He did make an email about making a website. Pooh.
Well, see,
Simpsons
already
did
done.
it. Let me check. Website. No, I can't just type in website email Strongbad. I don't think I'll show up anything. What was it?
Oh yeah, I remember. It was one of the poorly done cheat drawn graphics.
Oh, darn it! And I think you could actually access that, and then you could find a. You can go through that and find a secret. I want something like that. Darn it! Never mind. I don't have an answer. I don't have a good answer, rather.
Yeah.
It seems like both of our answers are things that are already done. Oh, maybe like, how would you design your own game console? Like, it's like, oh yeah, I would have all the cool graphics on. No, dang it, that's just the video games episode again.
Yeah, just gonna say that too. I'm telling you, man, it's a difficult thing to think about.
Pooh. No, I ain't got nothing.
I have nothing in there.
Well, it's a good question to stump people with who are fans of the show. If anything. Oh, I'd ask him. I got it. I'd ask him, how do you type with boxing gloves?
Yeah, funny. and on that regard,
why is Moisapan a broom?
It's time to kill Speed.
No, not today. I worked hard.
Everybody likes it when you die, okay? Look, I died last week, all right? It's time to get back to normal.
Let's kill a chat member. No one's gonna take my place. They're like, he's okay, I guess, but I don't want to die for him, you know. All right, how are you killing me this time, boss? I can be in protest and not say anything at the end credits.
Wait. Hold on. I have the perfect way.
A snake bite.
A G.
What spell was that? What spell was that? Hold on. Where'd my paper go?
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. We'll see. I'll see you guys
Oh,
tomorrow.
here it is. What do you say? A. Oh no!
Yep.
I've been sharpened.
Yeah, you've been scythed to death, and with that, everybody, thanks for dropping by.
Just sharpened though. That's not scythe.
Fine, I'll CFCC.
CFCC. What was that one?
To turn you into a tornado.
What? Oh.
So that thanks for coming out tonight. I'll see you tomorrow with maybe some Mario Party, probably.
Oh wait, should we talk about we should have talked about our schedules, right?
Oh, we talk about that and then they all change. So I don't know.
Oh well, I just want to mention though I'm not going to be available Monday.
Gosh darn it! Now okay. Now you're dying for real.
But it's true. I'm not going to be available. I have another dental thing. It's pretty intensive because they're going to be putting a crown in.
What, did you have a root canal done too?
No, but they're going to drill around the teeth and they're going to, because there's this decay here that they didn't notice at all. I kind of noticed, so I didn't bring it up because I thought they knew.
Oh my God.
And then it's like, oh, get a crown. It's like, oh, it's scary. I don't want it. So I won't be available Monday.
Sigh.
What? You have other people to play Mario Party with.
You want? I asked like 15 other
Finals
people.
are over.
I asked 15 people yesterday or last week, and all everyone was like, no.
But the finals are over.
Nope, you're gonna. I'm sorry, no.
Okay, well, no skin off my bone. I don't even get to highlight those. And then Tuesday, well, I'll think about it. I don't know. I do want to do another Mario Paint. Then White Mage, and then I feel like mixing it up, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll decide on Monday probably. How about you?
Well, Tuesday is gonna be probably different since I gotta wait for the object to show up, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, the monitor, and then we should be good to go. So as soon as that's here, then I'll get back into normal streaming. But Tuesday, I think we're gonna have to do something weird.
Why don't you do the Earthbound randomizer? Because you didn't do it last week.
I don't want to start a third thing. Is the thing, because that's gonna it's gonna span a few days.
So you're gonna do a one-off then, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Find something in the garbage can.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do Trash Tuesday.
Yeah, just find something. Find something spicy for people to.
All right. Well, I'll think about it.
And then Wednesday, it's not gonna be the end of Phoenix, right? Still a couple more days on that one.
Probably not.
Yeah, and then you got Thursday. If the monitor's there by then, you'll hit the Who's It.
Yeah.
And then, well, I don't know, I'm dictating your week for you, but it's kind of true. Friday is the FTL.
Yep.
Saturday is nothing. And then Sunday, we don't have anything anymore, so it's like we'll have to decide.
Yeah, now we have to add something new to the pile to forget about for 3 weeks.
Let's play Loom 2.
Let's not.
Do people want Roller Coaster Tycoon again? I don't know. It's an easy fallback, but besides that, I don't know. And on Dolly's birthday, we will not be playing FTL that day.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That's the accurate schedule for Carl. Okay, now kill me.
Okay, cool.
Focus. Losing focus.
What do I got here?
What do I got in my magic spell book?
I gotta make sure I pick something decent. Don't scissor me.
Sorry.
What is this? I'm gonna play this Price is Right crash sound effect. It's gonna be pretty much awful.
Oh, okay. Let me yodel first. Yodel. You know, Pachinko would be an interesting maker, would it not? Price is Right maker. Make your own Bob. I was gonna say Bob Ross. Bob Barker. It'd be fun. How about a game show maker? You make your own